Hi, folks. My name is Greg Turner, the radiology coach. My job is to demystify the enigmatic world of x-rays. As kids growing up, we all saw the cartoons and satires about x-ray vision. Superman and Superboy would scan buildings and humans to detect weapons or to determine the location of their adversary. As early as 1937, cartoon superhero Olga Mesmer used x-ray vision to get the edge on her enemies. In more recent years, advertisements for x-ray glasses were not uncommon. Now, allegedly, your everyday citizen could possess these optical marvels in order to see things on a deeper level. As fascinating as that idea might sound, the scientific application may answer the question as to whether or not these glasses are real or even possible. For our approach, we'll simply examine how x-rays are created and then transpose that technology over eyewear mechanics. In order to manufacture x-rays, there are 4 things that are required to generate an x-ray image. Let's talk about the first 3 for the moment. A generator or power source, a filament, and an anode are required to literally generate x-ray photons. In the current environment, the filament and anode must be housed in a vacuumed glass tube. So, to simplify it almost to an extreme, we would require a battery, at the very least, to power the filament. We would also need a hand switch to execute the electrons through the circuit. Once the electrons pass through the wiring and to the filament simply takes these high-speed electrons and blasts them against a very hard surface called an anode. Once these electrons explode against the target, they expel energy. Most electrons generate heat, but some of them are converted into X-ray photons. And that is how man-made X-rays are created. Now, many X-ray specialists would balk at the idea that this is remotely possible, particularly since an X-ray generator and the X-ray tube are so heavy and bulky. Most X-ray tubes are 15 pounds and over, but the technology has enabled developers to slim these units down more and more. In fact, today there are handheld X-ray cameras that are as light as 8 pounds. Are you getting the picture now? If it were possible to cram all of this technology into a very compact unit to sit on the bridge of a person's nose, it would still be too heavy for the person to even hold their head up. 8 pounds is a lot of weight to carry on your face. But even if this all gets pared down to a very light helmet that can hypothetically fit on a person's head, and that person has customized glasses that he or she can look through, there's still one more piece of critical information required to make this work. Remember when I said that there were 4 things required to generate an X-ray image? We've only covered 3 of those components. The final component is an X-ray receptor. It is a plate or a sheet or a heavy panel that actually reacts to X-ray photons that are being thrust at them. You see, the helmet on the person's head would have to create X-rays and then send them across a distance to pass through a person and then strike one of these receptors on the other side. From there, either wirelessly or with a cord, the X-rays are sent to a computer or tablet for interpretation. What that means is, even if we invented X-ray glasses that could irradiate persons or inanimate objects, there still needs to be an X-ray plate or receptor to catch those X-rays on the other side of the target. So, if Batman had his butler, Alfred, create X-ray glasses for him, then these spectacles would be useless unless Robin ran around to the other side of the bad guys and held up the X-ray receptor behind them. Is that starting to make sense? Now, we're not saying that this will not be a possibility in the future, but what we are saying is that it isn't going to happen anytime soon. But if we do see such an invention, you'll be the first to know. That concludes this segment on Is There Such a Thing as X-ray Glasses? If you like this presentation, please select the subscribe button below this video. You can also tap the bell next to it so that we'll notify you when other great videos have posted. My name is Greg Turner, and I'm the Radiology Coach. And remember, mark my word and mark your films.